All right, here's some questions on variation. First question says, y varies inversely as a square of x, and they tell you what a y and an x value are. So I'm going to say y varies inversely. So inversely means, bless me. So x needs to be on the bottom. Oh, but it says the square of x, so x squared. And my constant will be on the top. Constant is always on the top there. Okay, so now I plug some values in. So y is 0.15 is equal to k over x is 0.1. So 0.1 squared. So if I square 0.1, that'd be 0.01 is equal to 0.15. Solving for k, I'll multiply both sides by 0.01 times by 0.01. That's a times. And so k is equal to 0.01 times 0.15, I think, is 0.0015. So that's my k value. If I want to rewrite then and show the constant, or not the constant, but the equation of variation, I'll replace the k with what I just found it to be and leave everything else the same. Okay, another question on variation. Says y varies jointly as x and z, and inversely as the product of w and p. So y is equal to k, inversely, so there'll be stuff on the bottom. So jointly is x and z, so that just means I'm just going to multiply x and z on the top. And then on the bottom, I've got a w and a p. So I'm looking for k, right? So I plug in everything I know. They say y is 3 over 28 is equal to k. W is a 7. Z is a 10 over, I put, that's an x, not a w. That shouldn't be a 7, that should be a 3. And w is a 7, and p is an 8. There we go. Okay, so 3 over 28 is equal to k times 3 times 10 over 7 times 8. I guess I could multiply those, but what I'm going to do now is just change sides. So it'll be 3 times 7 times 8 over 28 times 3 times 10 is equal to k. So all I did is I took these two things here and put them on the bottom over there, and these two things here and put them on the top over there. Basically, it's a multiplication division principle. Now, see if I can cancel some stuff out. So I've got 7 goes into 28 4 times. The 3's will cancel. 4 will go into itself once and into 8 twice. And 2 will go into itself once and into 10 5 times. Boy, I've canceled out a ton. So it looks like k is equal to, on the top I have a 1, on the bottom I have a 5. If you actually times and divided that stuff out, it would come out to a decimal of that. Okay, so to rewrite my equation, I'll write as y is equal to 0.2, that's my k value, xz over wp. And there's my equation of variation. One last question, sort of a worded question. It says the amount Q of water emptied by a pipe, so Q, varies directly, so K, well maybe there's not a fraction, directly as a square of the diameter, so diameter squared. Well, and that's all they give me. Oh, okay. So it's just Q is equal to KD squared. Then they say a pipe 5 inches in diameter, so that's D, so I'll put a 5 in there, will empty 225 gallons of water. So Q is the amount of water. Okay, so K, 5 squared is 25, is equal to 225, and then divide each side by 25. 25 into 225, I think goes 9 times. So K is equal to 9. So really my equation is Q is equal to 9D squared. Then they say if we assume the same kind of flow, how many gallons of water, I'm looking for Q, are emptied in the same amount of time by a pipe that is 9 inches diameter. So this time my diameter is 9. So 9 times 9 squared. I would assume I'd get a whole lot more water. With 5 inches, I get 225. So if I have 9 inches, I'm going to get significantly more than 225. Okay, 9 squared is 81. And so 9 times 81, I think, is 729, I think. So it is quite a bit more than the original one. All right, hopefully that helps you with those questions.